Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ali Rafiq bin Ramli. My matrix number 204157. And my friends,
Hello, my name is Nur Ansha binti Muhammad Abdul Fattah and my matric number is 201888.
okay, so today we are going to have a talk about our discussion on the topic lockdown, where the main focus is the implication due to COVID-19. Um, with the global pandemic happening recently, our government has issued an order for lockdown for 3 months. It might seem like a bad situation, but in every situation, there is always a silver lining. So, there are two major implications happening due to COVID-19, which is people will have more free time and the country will face an economic recession. Um, Okay, first, people will have more free time for themselves and to organize their life. As we know, the world is a harsh and mentally challenging place. So, with lockdown happening, people will finally have time to reflect and plan out their life without people bothering them, and they can focus on what truly matters. So, the first point is more time can be spent with their families. So parents that clocks in at 8 and clocks out at 5 will finally have a time to sit down and have a talk with their children and maybe catch up with their life. Others than that, parents who haven't contact their friends in a long time can finally message them and know what is going with their life before the lockdown. So we know everyone will have a different schedule due to work or school. So now they can finally get together. Next point, to help people relax and relieve some stress. Students or worker that live alone and okay, sorry. Students or worker that live alone and have a stress-induced lifestyle benefits from this. They can pick up a new hobby such as mastering an instrument or maybe finish up the novel that they above earlier. So based on my observation, websites such as Swelly that sell instrument online are so down on instruments such as guitar and drums. This shows that people are actually using this time that they have meaningfully and they have the time to do things they want in their own pace. So this show that lockdown is not always a bad thing. There is a good side for everything. So for the next point, I will give it to Aisha.
Alright, thank you to my friend Alif. So yeah, thank you. So though there is the bright side of the lockdown, whereby the people got to reset and restructure their life. Our next point is actually the downside of lockdown. Another major consequence of the lockdown caused by this spreading of the COVID-19 virus is that our country is facing the worst economic recession in its history. What happened is that during the moment's control, the order and CO, all governments and private premises are shut down, except for those that come under essential services like banking service, transportation, and electric also water services. For others, such as small and medium enterprises (SME), they are struggling to stay afloat or even forced to permanently close as they do not receive any profit due to the people ordered to stay at home. This is very concerning because SME contributed 38% to the country's gross domestic product (GDP). So, Alif, can you next?
Okay, sure.
Sorry. Stay here. The
Okay.
previous slide.
Okay, good.
Alright, sorry. Alright, thank you. So, the domain of the effect of this is the rise in unemployment, such as people are forced to take unpaid leave. This is because most companies say they were unable to pay beyond 2 months' worth of wages, and they get employees while two-thirds of companies did not receive any income during MCO. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the unemployment rate in March 2020 increased to 3.9% as compared to the 3.3 for the previous months, mean 150,000 fewer Malaysians had jobs. So can you next?
Okay.
Alright. So the outlook of this lockdown is very clear. However, it is a must to stop the virus and break up the spreading chain, which is what our government is working hard to achieve. So next slide, please. So in conclusion, each decision made has its own pros and cons, but which one is more worth it? In this case, the pros outweigh the cons in the long run as our country will be free of the virus and we can continue on living our life peacefully. To achieve that, we must perceive and go through the darkness first because according to the Victor Hugo, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.